Quite a buzz today. The Tomcat split, and all signs point to Katie's divorce filing having something to do with keeping daughter Suri away from Tom's religion, Scientology. A source close to the situation talked to the Los Angeles Times and said Scientology and what role it would play in Suri's upbringing was a key factor in the split. Cruz is a prominent member of the church. The source claims the negotiations will probably center on a custody arrangement that would give both parents rights while also regulating the kind of Scientology teaching their 6-year-old is exposed to. So the question on the table for you, how important is it to work out religious differences before you get married, and especially if you have children?
And joining us to discuss this topic and a whole lot more, we are joined again by movie critic David Ramsey. And let's be real here. Katie Holmes had a lavish wedding, Scientology-themed wedding. She knew what she was getting into.
Yeah,
a lot
of
folks would argue.
How would anyone not know with Tom Cruise that that's what you were getting into? It's everywhere. But you know, and I do think it's very important that you work something out, at least especially discuss what's going to happen with the children, because I think that becomes a problem in a lot of marriages. But in this case, I'm not sure that that was the case. I mean, she had a 5-year prenup, and like right when the 5 years was up, she's out. So, you know, who makes you wonder why she got married in the first place?
Yeah.
I'm going to sidetrack just slightly here, and I want to ask you, David, being the film critic here, what does this do to her career and his career?
Well, his career, they're trying to play it down a little bit and play down the whole Scientology thing right now because he's got some movies coming up. Paramount has come out and said that they're not changing anything with his new movies, and that he really didn't have anything to do with it. The Scientology is not following her. They're not doing anything. They really want to play that down because as it blows up, it could affect him like it did previously. And he's now on a roll. He's done some great stuff. He's got a lot of movies coming up, and he's still a very good actor. And the films that he does are exciting. They're well done, and so his personal stuff really shouldn't affect it. But they're trying to make sure it doesn't. And her career kind of sidetracked when they got married. It hasn't been anywhere during this 5 years. So I don't know what's going to happen with her, because she used to do some good stuff. And so hopefully she'll be able to get back, but she may have enough money that she wants to just spend time with her daughter.
But a lot of people say this could totally reignite her career. I mean, how much of a paycheck are we talking about for the first network who can steal this interview or book?
Oh, right, exactly. The book, I think, will be huge. And it depends on what she says and what it'll do to Tom, too.
Okay, now to circle back here, whenever we talk marriage and religion, is it really something that could break up a marriage whenever you have these religious differences, or do you think it's the child in the middle and you have two people, different religions, or at least different beliefs, let's put it that way, that could create a separation?
I think it happens when you have a child, and it's like, which way are you going to raise them? And it depends on how strong each parent feels about bringing the child up in the particular religion. And that can be a problem that definitely should be worked out in advance. It's because of the child, it'll affect the child forever also, having their parents fight over which religion.
And Scientology has such strict guidelines.
Yes, it does.
Let's get to what you're saying on Facebook. Lori Brown writes, it is very important. If two people aren't evenly yoked where religion is concerned, their marriage is doomed.
Kathy Owen writing in, religion has a tendency to control people's lives, especially in marriage. What couples do with their lives is their business, and religion needs to stay out of it.
Brenna Heater says faith or lack of faith is how we develop our values, morals, and worldviews. I cannot imagine being in a marriage with someone whose fundamental values and beliefs differ from my own.
And Drew Anderson saying there shouldn't be a discussion on religion. Aren't you supposed to be in love with the person, not their religion? I still think you have to have a talk.
Yeah, I think you do. I mean, like you said, I think unless you go to separate churches, but when you bring that kid into it, that's a totally different dynamic.
Exactly.